A 72-year-old man sat in my office, stared at the floor, and said, "I have done it the same way for 50 years, but lately something feels wrong." He was not sick. He was not starting a new medicine. His blood work looked fine. But his body was sending quiet signals, less sensation, less control, less satisfaction, and more tension afterward. What was harming him was not masturbation itself. It was how he was doing it and how aging changes what the nerves, blood vessels, and brain can tolerate. I am Dr. Zara Vale. I have spent years working with older men who want to protect their prostate health, their circulation, their confidence, and their connection to their own body without shame and without confusion. The truth is simple. Masturbation can be healthy. It can support stress relief, sleep, and sexual function. But after 60, certain private habits can start working against you, quietly and often without a clear warning sign. Today I want to walk you through 7 masturbation mistakes that can silently harm older men, and the practical fixes that protect sensitivity, blood flow, and long-term function. Stay with me because mistake number 6 is the one that most men do without realizing it, and it is often the turning point. Let us begin with the mistake that seems normal in modern life, but can slowly numb the system that makes pleasure feel real. Relying on porn as the primary stimulus. I hear the same sentence again and again from men in their late 60s and 70s. "Doctor, I can still do it, but I barely feel anything. And I do not know why." Many assume it is just age. Sometimes it is not. It can be overstimulation. Here is why. As we get older, the brain's reward system becomes less flexible. Dopamine plays a role in motivation, pleasure, and focus. When the brain is trained on constant novelty, clip after clip, intense stimulation. With zero effort, the brain adapts by turning the volume down. Researchers have described habituation and desensitization in reward pathways when stimulation is repeated and escalated. The result is that real touch can feel less exciting. A partner can feel distant. Even slow touch can feel mechanical, like the brain is watching rather than participating. If you have noticed that your interest is fading or you need stronger and stronger material to feel anything, your brain may be protecting itself from overload. The fix is a reset. Not forever, just long enough to let your nervous system regain sensitivity. Take a break from visual stimulation for about 2 weeks. Use imagination instead of screens. Focus on slow breathing, body awareness, and touch that you can actually feel. Many men are shocked by how quickly sensation begins to return when the brain is not being flooded with artificial intensity. Now here's a habit that sounds harmless, even convenient, but can quietly strain the pelvic region. Masturbating while sitting on the toilet. For many older men, the bathroom feels like the only guaranteed private space. The door locks. No interruptions. It feels safe, but the posture is a problem. When you sit hunched forward, especially for a longer time, you increase pressure in the pelvic area and you can restrict healthy circulation. After 60, circulation is everything. Blood flow supports. Erectile function supports tissue health and helps the pelvic nerves stay nourished. When blood flow is compromised again and again, you may notice groin aches, pelvic tension, weaker urinary flow, dribbling after urination, or a tight, heavy feeling that you cannot explain. The fix is simple. Change the position and change the environment. Avoid the toilet. Choose a relaxed posture that allows the pelvis to open, reclining or lying down where the hips are not compressed and the body is not hunched. Give the pelvic region space and you reduce the silent strain that builds over time. If you think position is the main issue, wait until you hear this one, because it is not about where you do it, it is about how your nervous system experiences it. Rushing the experience, many older men treat self-pleasure like a chore. Quick secret, done, move on. But rushing spikes the stress response. The heart rate jumps too fast. The breath becomes shallow. The body tightens. That creates a pattern where climax happens, but the recovery feels worse. Instead of calm and satisfied, you feel drained. Instead of relaxed, you feel restless or strangely empty. There is a reason. The body has 2 main modes, fight or flight, and rest and repair. When you rush, you stay in fight or flight. When you slow down, you allow the parasympathetic system to support blood flow, relaxation, and a sense of fullness afterward. Some studies link sexual relaxation and orgasm with the release of oxytocin and other calming neurotransmitters, which can support mood and stress reduction. But that benefit is reduced when the entire experience is tense and hurried. The fix is to slow down on purpose. Not to chase a longer performance, but to change the message you send your nervous system. Take your time, breathe, relax your jaw, your shoulders, and your belly. Let arousal build gradually. At this age, the body responds best to calm stimulation, not frantic tension. There is no finish line, there is only connection. And speaking of connection, there is a muscle group that most men never train, never feel, and never realize controls far more than they think, ignoring the pelvic floor. The pelvic floor is a sling of muscles beneath the bladder and prostate. It helps support urinary control, erection quality, and the strength of pelvic blood flow. As men age, weak pelvic floor muscles can contribute to urinary leakage, weaker erections, and reduced sensation. This is not only about sex. It is foundation-level health. I treated a man in his late 60s who exercised daily and ate well. He was proud of his discipline. But his sexual function was fading. He kept looking for a magic supplement. The real issue was that his pelvic floor was weak and uncoordinated. From years of sitting, tension, and never engaging those muscles intentionally. During masturbation, some men unknowingly bear down or hold tension, which can make those muscles worse. The fix is awareness and gentle activation. During arousal, softly contract the muscles you would use to stop urination midstream, then release. Do not strain. Do not clench like you are lifting something heavy. Think of it as a light squeeze and an easy let go. This improves blood flow, neuromuscular control, and body awareness. Over time, many men notice better control and better sensation because the foundation is stronger. Now a question that quietly worries a lot of men. How often is too often and how rarely is too rare? Getting frequency wrong, either too high or too low. Some men panic and stop completely, thinking they are protecting themselves. Others do it daily out of habit, stress relief, or boredom, and they do not realize it can affect recovery. The body is built for rhythm, not extremes. Too frequent and the pelvic tissues may stay irritated, especially if you are using high pressure or poor technique. Your energy can dip. Recovery can feel slower. Pleasure can feel flat because the brain is chasing routine rather than renewal. Too infrequent and you risk stagnation, less healthy blood flow, and reduced nerve sensitivity. Some research and clinical experience suggests that regular sexual activity can help maintain tissue health through circulation and stimulation, though the right frequency depends on the individual. A practical middle ground for many men over 60 is about 1 to 2 times per week, done mindfully with recovery in mind. This is not a rule or a test, it is a starting point. Your body speaks quietly now. If you listen, you will notice what supports you and what drains you. But even if you have the perfect frequency, one mistake can still undo the benefits, and it is the mistake almost every man makes when sensitivity starts to fade. Using too much pressure or force. This is one of the most damaging habits, and it often starts with good intentions. A man notices less sensitivity, so he grips tighter. He presses harder. He uses rougher motion. He thinks, I just need more stimulation, but nerves are delicate. Blood vessels are delicate. Skin and connective tissue have limits. Over time, excessive. Friction and pressure can cause tiny injuries that the body repairs with less elastic tissue. That can contribute to reduced sensitivity, discomfort, and in some cases, changes in shape. In urology, one condition linked with scar tissue in the penis is Peyronie's disease, where curvature can develop. Not every man with a firm grip will. Get it, but repeated trauma is one factor doctors watch for. The deeper problem is that force trains your brain to associate pleasure with tension rather than relaxation. It becomes something you fight for instead of something you receive. And tension blocks exactly what you want most: steady circulation and calm arousal. The fix is gentleness and patience. Use lighter pressure than you think you need. Let blood flow do the work. Focus on comfort, warmth, and slow sensation. When you treat the tissues well, you protect sensitivity. When you overwork them, you slowly numb them. Now the final mistake is not physical at all, and it is the one that surprises men the most when they hear it out loud. Masturbating without emotion, connection, or intention. Over time, many older men stop feeling present during self-pleasure. It becomes routine, quiet, joyless, something done out of habit or loneliness. When that happens, the body may climax, but the mind does not feel nourished. You get the release, but not the restoration. Then comes the emptiness afterward, and men assume it is aging. It is not always aging. It can be disconnection. The brain responds differently when touch is paired with mindfulness, safety, and meaning. Oxytocin is often called the bonding hormone because it rises with connection and calm intimacy. Dopamine is not just pleasure. It is also motivation and vitality. When you treat the experience like a secret chore, your brain does not get the same emotional benefit. But when you bring intention back, even solo touch can become restorative. The fix is to reconnect. Slow your breath. Feel your body. Let your mind stay in the moment instead of racing or escaping. Bring gratitude into it. Not performance pressure, not fantasy overload, just a quiet sense of, this is my body, it still matters, and I can care for it. That shift alone can change how you feel afterward. Now let us pull everything together in practical steps you can remember. Reduce visual overstimulation and give your brain time to regain sensitivity. Change your environment and avoid the toilet posture that compresses the pelvis. Slow down because your nervous system benefits more from calm than from urgency. Train the pelvic floor gently because a stronger foundation supports better blood flow and control. Find a healthy rhythm, often around 1 to 2 times per week for many men, and adjust based on how your body recovers. Use gentler pressure because force does not restore sensation, it can reduce it. And finally, bring intention back because connection is not only for partners, it is also for you. If you are over 60 and you felt worried, numb, or confused, I want you to hear this clearly. You are not broken. You are not finished. You are adapting. Aging is not the end of vitality. It is a change in how your body asks to be treated. When you respond with awareness instead of habit, many men notice that pleasure becomes clearer, confidence returns, and the relationship with their own body feels alive again. If any of these points describe you, take it as a signal to adjust, not a reason to feel ashamed. And if you have pain, major loss of sensation, sudden curvature, or urinary symptoms that persist, talk to a qualified medical professional. You deserve real answers and real care. Your best years are not behind you. They are built quietly through how you choose to care for yourself now.